Dark Shadows, number 15. Air 71566, VTR 7166. Take one.
My name is Victoria Winters. The dark threads of the past are tying me to the great house on top of Widow's Hill. My search seems as endless as the corridors of Collinwood. Yet I have accomplished something, I think. I've made friends with one small and terribly troubled boy.
David, why were you sitting here in the dark? I suppose I should know better than to ask you to explain anything to me. Have you seen my car keys?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. You still want to send me away, don't you?
All I want right now is to find my car keys.
Well, you're not going to. I won't let you do it.
Mr. Collins,
Yes?
I understand you're going into town.
Well, at the moment, I'm not so sure.
I
Why?
was wondering if you could do something for me. Actually, for your son.
Oh?
I know you don't approve of my being here, but I really think I can help David.
Oh, do you?
I think he's beginning to trust me, to believe that I want to be his friend.
I see. Do you think you can trust him?
If you'll give me a chance.
Oh, you're referring to the little discussion we had several hours ago.
You said you wanted me to leave because of Burke Devlin.
Miss Winters, if Devlin creates trouble, it's going to affect everyone in this house. You, David, my sister, all of us. And I just wanted to spare you the pain. That is the only reason I suggested you leave.
But I want to stay. Very much.
But you're a bright, attractive girl. There must be dozens of ways you can earn a living beside being buried in this house. And I suppose the decision is up to you. And my sister, since she hired you.
When are you leaving, Roger?
Well, as soon as I can find my car keys.
I think they're in your car.
Oh, how do you know?
I was in the garage looking for timetables. I'm sure I saw them in there.
Well, that's a relief.
Mr. Collins, will you do that shopping for me? Some magazines for David. I'd like to pay for them.
I'm afraid I don't have the time.
Please, it won't take long.
Miss Winters, if you're going to go on staying in this house, I think you're very foolish. But take my advice. You can't buy friendship from David. He has none to give. Not to you or to any of us.
That's ridiculous.
As you wish. Just give him enough time. He'll destroy you.
Don't leave without seeing me, Roger. I want to talk to you.
I'll look in before I go.
Mrs. Stoddard,
Yes?
when I was in the garage, I saw Burke Devlin.
Oh? What was he doing?
He was looking at Mr. Collins' car.
Looking. Why?
He said he wanted to buy one just like it.
How long was he there?
I don't know.
Thank you for telling me.
Well, you said you wanted to talk to me. What is it?
Do you really think you ought to go?
Oh, Liz, we've gone over this already.
And we'll go over it again.
Until he leaves town, I can't ignore it. There's nothing wrong in talking to him.
Are you sure of that?
Liz, when Burke first came to town, I was sure he was out to destroy me. When he came to the house tonight, I was sure he was going to threaten me. Well, he's done none of these things. It's a little disquieting, I
Yes, I
admit.
know.
But still, it's worth exploring.
Roger.
I know what you're going to say, Liz. That maybe it's all a pose. That Burke's smiling face is a mask. That maybe he's hiding a couple of daggers behind his back. These are certainly possibilities.
Then I think you should stay away from him.
No, you really amaze me, Liz. I mean it. For the last couple of days, you say that I've been worrying about Burke too much.
Until he came to this house, I saw no reason to panic. I thought he'd be angry, and I was prepared to deal with that.
Well, I'm going to deal with it in my own way.
Roger, face facts. He went on trial. He went to prison for 5 years. He blames it all on you. Do you honestly believe that any man, particularly Burke, would be as forgiving as he pretends to be now?
And what do you want me to do? Stay here?
I want you to be careful. I want you to be at least as suspicious of him as you are of your own son.
Is he going to buy me the magazines? You said you would ask him.
Well, your father's very busy, David.
I thought he wouldn't.
It's not that he doesn't want to, but he has an appointment in town. He has very little time.
Even if he had 5 hours, it wouldn't buy me anything.
David, that's not true.
Who's he going to see anyway?
Someone I don't think you know.
He wants to send me away. Did you know that?
Oh, David, you know that isn't true.
I suppose he told you he wouldn't.
He didn't have to tell me. I know there's no reason for you to be sent away. And now that I'm here to take care
I'm
of
not
you...
going to let him do it.
David, it's ridiculous. I'm sure that your father has no intention of sending you anywhere.
Maybe that's what he told you. But he lied. He lies about everything.
David.
Yes, he does. He's a very terrible man, and I hate him. And I hope he dies.
May I come in?
If you want to. Are you going to lecture me?
No.
Not even after what I said about my father?
Nope.
Well, I meant it. I do hate him.
And you hope he dies.
Yes.
Why?
I told you. He wants to send me away
What makes you think that?
because he hates me.
You used to think I hated you.
Well, didn't you?
How could I? I didn't know you. You think everyone hates you, don't you?
They do. Except for my mother and Aunt Elizabeth, maybe.
Well, what about me? I think you're a pretty nice boy.
That's a lie.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm not nice, and you know it. I'm not nice at all.
And what are you?
Give me that. You break it.
David, come here. Sit down. David, in the foundling home where I was brought up, there was a little girl. Oh, she was about 9 or 10 years old. And she was very lonely. She had no friends, no one to play with. And you know why she was so unhappy? Because she thought no one liked her. But the funny thing is, every time a new girl would come and try and make friends with her, she'd chase her away. And pretty soon she was right. Nobody did like her. And then, you know what happened?
I suppose a fairy godmother came along. and made her into a beautiful princess, and everybody loved her.
It wasn't that easy, David. But a man did come, and he talked to her for a long, long time. Many times. And soon she learned a secret.
Like what?
She learned that the one who really didn't like her was herself.
That's stupid.
But it's true. You see, she thought that she was so mean and so rotten and such a bad person that she couldn't see how anybody could like her. So she chased them away and made enemies out of them because she thought that's how they'd act anyway.
What's that got to do with me?
Nothing. It's just a story.
It's a stupid story. You know what that girl should have done? Should have gotten all those people and lined them up against a wall. And then pow, pow, pow.
Why?
Because you just told me how mean they were to her.
But she didn't give them a chance. You can't solve problems by chasing them away or wishing they were dead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said that your father hates you. I don't believe it.
What do you know about it?
I know that you used to think I hated you. David, give people a chance. Don't push them away.
He said he wants to push me away.
David, your father's been very upset lately. He has a great deal on his mind. I'm sure he said a lot of things he didn't mean. People do that when they're upset. Even you.
What did I say?
You said you wished he was dead. You didn't mean that, did you? David, give him a chance. That's what we all want.
I'll give him a chance.
What is the business matter he wants to discuss?
He didn't say, but suppose I go into town and find out.
Roger,
Liz, it's getting late.
listen to him. Don't offer any information. Let him do the talking.
Anything else?
I wish you weren't going.
Have your ghosts been talking to you? Let them rest, dear. Let them rest.
Father,
Now, what do you want?
are you taking your car to town tonight?
Yes?
Do you have to?
David, what's wrong with you?
Did you mean what you said?
I'm in a hurry.
You said you wanted to send me away. Did you mean it?
David, go to bed.
Mrs. Stoddard,
Yes?
have you seen David?
I think he went upstairs. Would you answer that, please?
Hello? This is Miss Winters. Yes, I see. Just a minute. It's for you, Mr. Devlin.
Thank you. Will you wait a minute, please? Hello? Yes, Bert. He's just getting the car. Yes, he knows he's to meet you at the Blue Whale. I'm sure he'll be along in a few minutes. Yes. Goodbye.
Is anything wrong?
No.
I think I'll go up and see David.
Miss Winters, would you mind sitting with me for a few minutes?
Of course not.
It's this house. It's strange. Sometimes it talks to you.
David says there are ghosts here.
Perhaps there are. What's the matter with David? He seems so tense tonight.
I know.
David seems convinced that his father hates him and wants to send him away.
Maybe he's right.
But surely Mr. Collins can't hate his own son.
Hate is a strong word, Miss Winters. Let's say that my brother isn't terribly fond of David. The reasons don't matter to you, and I'm not sure I understand all of them myself.
He's going to die, Mother. He's going to die. Answer that, David. Hello. This is Mrs. Stoddard. What? Where did it happen? Is he all right? I see. Yes, thank you.
What happened?
Oh, Roger's been in a car accident. His car went off the road.
Is he badly hurt?
They don't know yet. I knew it. I knew he shouldn't have done it. I knew he shouldn't have gone there. He could have been killed. He could have been killed.
Where the Action Is made its debut 1 year ago with top recording stars performing Where the Fun Is. Come along for a real good time next here on ABC. Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.